Coach, please introduce your two student athletes. Most everyone here knows them, but there may be a few folks who do not.
Well, first and foremost, they are two graduates of Notre Dame. Both of them have degrees in engineering. Both of them are captains. Drue Tranquill, linebacker, and Sam Mustipher, offensive center. So very proud of both of them as graduates of Notre Dame in a very challenging academic degree as engineering, and both captains for. So great football players, but extraordinary individuals.
Thanks, Coach. Let's go to questions for our student athletes. Just raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you.
Not all at once now.
Yep, in front.
Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News for Sam. Just curious what you've seen on film about the challenge that the Clemson defensive line presents, and also could you talk about how your offensive line came together this year after losing some key personnel from last year?
Absolutely. Clemson's got a big athletic front. They've shown that on film, the ability to move, get off blocks, and make a lot of plays. It's going to be a challenge for us, and we understand that. And it's just going back to the fundamentals and basics.
Hang on.
And how you guys came together. How you guys came together this year after losing so much talent from last year.
We have a standard of Notre Dame offensive line play that it's been here long before I got here, long before those guys who moved on last year got here. And we take pride in what we do, and we understand guys on Saturdays who've played here before are watching us. And we go out there every weekend and we give it the best we have.
Drue, one for you from someone who sent it in to us. Talk about the defense. You guys were, top 10 in both defense and pass efficiency defense. What has been the key to the success of the defensive unit this year?
I think it starts up front with our defensive line and their ability to get pressure on the quarterback, and then just playing sound in the back end. But I got to give the kudos to the D-line. We're deep there, and they've been able to get pressure on the quarterback all year, and, they can make average linebackers look great. But, we're good all across the board, and they've done a great job getting pressure up front, and then we've held up in the back end with a lot of good talent and execution.
Okay, at this point, we'll hang on in the back.
Yeah. Drue, Carter Carls with the South Bend Tribune. How different is the feeling? You get the hype all month kind of for this game. How different is it when you finally get to Dallas and Texas? And how have you kind of seen the young guys respond from all this?
Yeah, I didn't get in until last night at about 9:30 on the team charter, so we're fairly fresh here in Dallas, but it's been great. Guys are locked in and ready to practice this morning, and we'll get to enjoy ourselves this evening at the comedy show and get to spend some time with our families. But we're kind of all business right now and gotta go have a good practice and get after it.
Okay, on the left.
Jory Epstein with USA Today. Drue, you're coming here a day after Jaylon Smith had a pretty big day in the stadium yesterday. What do you think that means for Notre Dame linebackers, and how do you want to continue the legacy this weekend?
Yeah, Jaylon's a good friend of mine, both from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and grew up training with him. And so to see him have a big game yesterday was awesome. And just to see him come back from, what he did was truly inspiring. And so we got to get out there and run around like he does and make plays all over the field for our team. And certainly hope to see him this week and get to catch up with him. But great guy and great player.
On the right.
For both Drue and Sam, was there a game, a moment, any time where you started thinking that this could be a real special year for Notre Dame during the course of the season or even before the start of the season?
I think what makes this team special is that we just took it one day and one practice at a time, and we took it one game at a time. So we really didn't look too far ahead, and we understand that if we go out there and we do what we need to do on Saturdays, that it was going to be an opportunity for us that was going to be there.
Yeah, for me, I made the decision to come back, last December, and I knew we had the pieces. It was just a matter of execution at that point. And so, when we got into fall camp and I saw the way our defense was executing, 11 as one, we weren't really playing as individuals. We were kind of playing cohesively together. I knew we had a special thing going there defensively, and then, watching our offense just get after it against Michigan and then just transition quarterbacks like it was nothing, that's a special unit over there. And so, defensively it was in fall camp. I was like, we got this thing. And then offensively, they just continue to prove themselves and be great each and every week.